Hi, Phil. Welcome to Cayuga Ortho.
Hi, Devin. Nice to meet you. My name is Phil.
You as well. All right, so let's get right into it today. First, I'd just like you to tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for having me at the interview for this position at Coast for the orthopedic position. I really appreciate it. So a little bit about myself. I'm a recent graduate at Ithaca College. I graduated from their 6-year DPT program.
Awesome.
The program's normally 7 years, as you know, so it was accelerated. It was really intense. I was able to learn a lot through all my professors and everything, located in beautiful Ithaca, New York, in central New York. I'm really active, really, passionate about the human body. I'm always in the gym, working out and stuff. At school, I was the president of the club soccer team.
Really?
So I was able to help with, uniform sales and fundraising and
You did all that.
yeah, I was really involved in that, helping with game scheduling and practice scheduling and all that stuff. So it really molded me into the individual I am. Standing in front of you today.
For sure. And that definitely plays into the next question perfectly. Just tell me a little bit about some of your strengths.
Yeah, so some of my strengths are definitely my organizational skills and my time management skills. I was able to organize going through such an intense program with the PT and to also be able to work out and go to practice and being the president and everything. Another thing that I really value is, my time management. From the moment I wake up in the day to the moment I put my head down on the pillow to sleep, I like to have my whole day planned and specific tasks and everything I have to get done throughout the day. And something I like to utilize is be able to do different things, focus on something really hard for an hour, then go to something new, because I believe it's really important for your brain to be exposed to new stimuli and able to keep everything fresh and keep all the juices flowing and everything. Another skill set I have is, my listening skills. Think that's something I really was able to hone on through my collegiate years. I'm really able to get better at that, which will be a good thing to have in the clinic for sure.
Absolutely. Those are great answers. So tell me a little bit about maybe a weakness that you have that you're trying to work on.
Yeah, so one of my biggest weaknesses is definitely my ability to put too much trust in people. I tend to trust, my close friends, my family, my patients, sometimes a little bit too much. For example, I will 100% trust that if I prescribe a home exercise program for my patient, that they're going to complete it. Or another example could be if I give an exercise on Monday, that they'll come in Wednesday knowing how to do it again with the correct form and the correct technique. And sometimes that leads me to not keep as close of an eye on them as I should. So I guess those two kind of go hand in hand together to the point where it could sometimes be a little bit of a problem, but it's something that I am trying to, get better as I evolve in my career.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now what interests you about possibly working here at Cayuga Ortho?
Yeah, sure. So I really am looking to get my orthopedic I'm trying to specialize in that as soon as I can. I really like working with a big, diverse general population of patients instead of really pinpointing an area like sports or like women's health. I really like learning about all different types of musculoskeletal disorders, neuro, everything like that, because I believe as a therapist it's important to be able to dabble in all different fields of PT. I'm also very interested in manual therapy. I like to, work with my hands. I like, working with patients physically. It's something that I really value, and I was able to hone in on, in class in Ithaca. I really enjoyed soft tissue and, my joint mobilization classes because I was able to really get in there instead of staring at a textbook.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's something that I believe that I can excel in here at your clinic at Coast.
Right. And that leads nicely into this next question. What experiences have prepared you for this job?
So there's a couple. So even before I came to Ithaca, as a college student, I worked as a PT aide at a clinic back in my hometown in Long Island in Comac. I even still work there now in the summers. I get a couple hours. I shadow this therapist, orthopedic specialist therapist. Her name's
Okay.
Venice. She was really able to expose me to the fast-paced lifestyle that an orthopedic clinic brings in a suburban setting in Long Island. So I was able to deal with different stress management like that, and working with a bunch of patients, at the same time, working late hours. She was open 8 to 8.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
The
that's a
caseload
long
must have
day.
been pretty strenuous.
Yeah, the caseload was a lot. I was working with a bunch of different people at once as an aide, helping with equipment and
Yeah.
modality setups and everything. And I also went on a bunch of clinicals during my graduate years at school. My last one happened to be another orthopedic place back in Long Island. So
Nice.
it was cool to be able to see the different types of mindsets and the different things that work and that don't work at the two places I was at, and ultimately be able to mold my own type of skill set as an individual and as a clinician.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great answer. And so, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
So, well, hopefully, if I get hired, I'll still be here. That'd be, an ideal scenario for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I really like to always learn. It's important for me to keep learning and to reamp on everything. So, to enroll in continual education courses, specifically manual therapy, because PT is invasive. It's an invasive practice to begin with on an individual. So, you want to make sure that you have the most superior skills that you can bring, so they can be comfortable coming day in and day out, so you can get the optimal experience from them. And ultimately I want to maybe open up my own clinic.
There you go.
So, I'm gathering information from all these different places that I'm in. And like I said, I'll be able to, mold and formulate my own type of practice, on what is good and what is bad about certain clinics in the areas that I was at.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just lastly, do you have any questions for me today?
So yeah, I have a couple. So I saw on your website that you guys had specific therapies like golf therapy and vestibular treatment therapies. So
Yes.
that was something that interests me because it's just something I haven't really heard about. I thought that'd be super interesting to get more info on. And I was also wondering, what the caseload would be
Right.
for a newly hired graduate straight out of school. Who they would be shadowing, the senior therapist, how closely they'd be working with the PTAs that you have on your staff, anything related in that area, because, I'm kind of want to know what I'm getting myself into if I do get hired here.
Yeah, yeah, and those are definitely some logistics that we'll get into later. But I see that you brought a copy of your resume.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And you did an outstanding job
Great.
today. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for coming
much,
in.
Devin. Have a great day.